everyone, my name is Alli Robertson, and I'm going to share with you how I got the opportunity to illustrate a children's book. So a little bit of background on me. I actually went to Cass and Manorville schools too and graduated high school there. And then I went on to UMD and graduated with a bachelor's degree in graphic design. And then I was hired at a print shop as a graphic designer about 2 months after I graduated college. On top of my full-time job at the print shop, I actually did some freelance jobs. And freelance means that you get hired independently and you get to pick and choose which jobs you get to do. I applied to it on a freelance app and the author contacted me right away. So what happens when you apply for a freelance job is you have to come up with your own pricing, your own contracts, and work it out with the author or whoever is hiring you. So once the author saw my application and was interested in me, she set up a phone meeting and we discussed a little bit of what she was looking for and what style she wanted in illustrations over the phone. And my first task was to create one illustration and send it to her so that she could approve of the style and make sure that I was a good fit for her book. So in this case, I made the illustration and I emailed it to her, and she emailed me back saying that she absolutely loved it and wanted to move forward with the contract. So we set up another meeting and talked about all the details of how many illustrations she would want, what color palette she was looking for, how many pages she needed, and so on, like all the little details that you would need to know as an illustrator. And then after that meeting, I went and produced the whole first draft. So for me, my process when I was creating the first draft was to sketch out Bella, which is the main character in this book. So I sketched her out a few times until I got her right, and then I moved on to the butterflies. And I made 2 different designs because not all butterflies look the same. So I made this design and this design. And after that, I worked on all of the landscapes. So this book took place in a park. So there was a bench, a fountain, a bunch of trees and hills, and I laid out all of those landscapes on every single illustration that she wanted. And once all of those came all together, that was the first draft, and I had to email that to her and get her approval. Once the author took a look at the first draft, she had some little changes she wanted me to make in the colors, and some images she wanted the main character, Bella, to be a little bit bigger, and sometimes she wanted them smaller. So I had to make those changes and send in another final draft to her. And once she received that through an email, she approved all of it. And my next step is to make sure the quality of each image is good. So I made sure all of the illustrations I did had the same resolution, which is how clear it looks on the screen. And then I exported them and sent them to her through an email. And then what she did is took those illustrations and sent it to her publisher. So she took my illustrations, so the drawings, and then her writing, which is all the words in the book, put those together, and then sent them to her publisher who prints out the book. And then they also sell the book. So once the publisher approves and then prints the book, they can send copies out to different businesses that will sell the book in their stores. 1-2-3s with Butterfly Bella is available on Amazon and in Barnes & Noble. Thanks for letting me share with you how I illustrated a children's book. I hope you guys have a great I Love to Read month and read lots and lots of books.